Now, let's get one thing straight. Haitian Jack didn't snitch on nobody. Y'all heard that on the Tupac record and just ran with it. Pac made a lot of street mistakes, and that was one of them. He didn't realize how powerful his voice was to the listeners out there. There's guys that lost their lives and guys that are still dealing with defamation of character. Another thing, Haitian Jack didn't need Pac. Haitian Jack didn't approach Pac. It was the other way around. But we're going to get into that later on in this video. Now, what's going on, people? New York, stand up. Now, this is another gangster that outlasted other gangsters, that's hated for some reason. Now, what's the hate about? Some say he had something to do with Pac getting shot and robbed. But he had more money than Pac. He didn't need him. Pac wanted to be around gangsters. Now, Jack Agnew came up sticking shit up. But he was different. He wasn't dirty. He wasn't looking just to take a chain or a watch. He went for the big fish, like kingpins. If you called 10 racks a score back then, he'll laugh at you. He was from Haiti, then his parents moved to NY, East Flatbush to be exact. Brooklyn, stand up. Now, during that time, African Americans would bully Haitians. He would get bullied until he picked up a gun and started putting holes in shit. He made a name for himself. When everyone was scared and had problems with the shower posse, Jack had no problems because they respected him. He came up around Jamaicans. He was running with Jamaicans. Now, he definitely was known to be chilling in Love People One. Now, we talked about this spot in my video about Delroy Uzi Edwards, a Jamaican disco where bodies was dropping inside the spot. Very dangerous situation. Your body would be carried out and dropped off around a corner in some alleyway. If you could go there, you could go anywhere. Now, he was a gangster that could sit in a room with anybody. One day he's sipping wine with a rich fashion designer. The next day he's in a barbershop with a group of killers. You thought you knew him, but he probably gave you a fake name. He gave people different names. Now, he definitely was taking over strips. He headed out to Baltimore and took over some blocks. And of course he had to bust his gun to do that. Not to downplay B more, cause we all know that shit ain't sweet over there. But that's just how it was. Now, he wasn't ready for DC, but he did have connections out there but stayed away out of respect. Now, he was known to sometimes be seen with a bandana around his neck. When he wore that, just know he was with the dumb shit. And that's the reason guys warned Pac about Jack. You could be popping bottles and smoking Cuban cigars with him like everything's good, not knowing 2 hours ago he took something from someone. And it was never anything petty with Jack. Now, Jack was a street dude that was living like a celebrity. In the clubs drinking from a bottle, sipping Louis XIII. Now, that's $1.50 a shot, so you can only imagine how much the tab was. He ran through a couple of celebrities like Madonna, Foxy Brown. He was a sniper. He hit Madonna after Pac. It wasn't personal, but Jack was a player. He was letting it be known that it wasn't Pac's. It was just his turn at the time. He also loaned out a lot of money to street cats and celebrities. Certain rappers wanted to be around Jack just so they wouldn't be messed with. You might see him in photos with Busta Rhymes, the Fugees, Clive Davis. He also did business with guys in the music industry. You can also see him in photos with guys like Big U. Now, Jack had heavy ties in LA. He was living in LA when he allegedly caught that shooting in the club that caused him to get deported. And I heard he was dolo. He was by himself catching that wreck when that shooting happened. Now, Pac was at a spot and saw Haitian Jack. And he saw that Jack had more bottles. He had more women in him. So he had an associate introduce him to Jack. Pac was trying to figure out how did Jack and his boys get in a spot with their blowers. It was normal for Jack to walk in the club strapped. Security knew who he was. But after that, Pac started to hang around Jack. Started to dress like Jack. Jack introduced Pac to the Rolex. Some people say Jack had Pac wearing Versace. Some people said it was Ricky Lee that had both of them wearing Versace. But anyway, if you needed that Versace connect, you would see Jack because he wasn't paying for it. But Pac did get some game from Jack. Pac wasn't the only one that got some game from Jack. Jack said out of his own mouth, Jay-Z saw him with the AP and wondered what it was. After that, Hov started rapping about Audemars. A lot of people used to soak up the game from Jack. Tupac called Haitian Jack a snitch on wax, and a lot of people ran with it, just like I said earlier. It's been over 20 years with no paperwork. Come on, Pac is the same person that said Biggie got him shot. Another thing, why would Haitian Jack set Tupac up? What would he benefit from it? He had more money than Pac, and if he snitched, then who he snitched on? I'm pretty sure the person that got snitched on would have spoke up. Yeah, they would have spoke up, just like the guy spoke up about the shooting at Quad Studio. He came out a couple years ago admitting to shooting Tupac, saying it wasn't anything personal. But, people still hate Haitian Jack. But Haitian Jack is now living in the Dominican Republic, and he looks like he's living better than these rappers. He looks happy. He pops up time to time for a quick interview once in a while. He's another legend that outlasted other gangsters. He's been places. He survived his time at Rikers Island, and he stood 10 toes down in LA County Jail. He's been around guys like Demencio, Tupac, Biggie. He saw guys come and go. But that's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button for me. Shout out to all my subscribers and to all my viewers. Be safe out there. I'm out.